Hey everybody, figured I'd do a wintertime pack loadout. I'll go with my summertime one. Pretty simple, not much difference. Definitely got a trekking pole in there. Gotta have this for my tent. I'm still using the Trekking 6D backpack. Thing's been pretty good. The belt pouches. One side, I carry my yo-yo. Yeah. The other pouch, I carry my Leatherman. It's got so many options. It's a very handy tool. The top bag. I don't even remember what I stuck in this thing. Let's see what we got here. Oh, light bulb, battery for it. Very handy just to hang up on a ridge line, or you have the little light. It's an LED, it's very light. 3 AAA batteries, weigh a little bit but not enough to worry about. Compass, notebook, and pencil. Very good things to have when you're in the woods. My headlamp, a ridge line. We call it the Stoker ridge line. A friend of mine, Bill Stoker, made it. He's got a nice YouTube channel. Let's go to the middle pouch here, which I keep my Sawyer's Mini in with the bag. Open L neck knife. I like it. I made the sheath myself. The knife is mostly used for food. But I like to always have it. Yeah, my Leatherman does have a nice knife on it, and I do carry other knives, but seasoning kit, salt, pepper, garlic, chili powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, chili powder, onion powder. Trying to remember what the other two are. Garlic powder, and then Johnny's seasoning salt. I like a little bit of flavor with my food. I should add some hot sauce to that. I have a titanium spoon. Been trying to lighten my load a little bit. I mean, these polished bowls on your spoon is the way to go. I have another one that doesn't have the polished bowl, and it's harder to clean, amazingly. Cheese really sticks to the titanium too. And that's it for on the outsides, except for, of course, I carry 2 smart water bottles, sometimes 3. Inside's pretty simple. It's a wide open inside of the bag. Food bag, no food in it right now. Tent stakes, since I'm using a tent. I got a Toaks titanium plate. This thing's pretty cool, and it weighs, the bag weighs almost as much as the plate. Titanium's a little expensive, but comes to the light factor. It's a joy to have something so light. And I don't always use the plate, but I carry it. It doesn't weigh enough to matter. My clothes bag, which is just basically sleeping gear, jammy pants, wool socks for sleeping, spare shirt. Unless I'm going for a longer trip, I don't need much more than that. My giddy bag, which in here I carry basically all my essentials. Garbage bag, because you just never know. Cotton bandana, always got to have one of those. Some carabiners, because I never know when I'm hanging up ridge line or I got to throw something in a tree, you know, do that kind of thing. I got a little med kit, if I can get it out of here. That's basically just Band-Aids, some alcohol wipes, toenail clippers, fingernail clippers, and a very small utility knife, scissors, stuff like that. Because you just never know what you need. I carry a bellows, however you want to say it, for fire. If I have a fire, I want to be able to accelerate the flame, and it's a good thing you can just blow on your fire that way, so much easier. Aluminum spade for going number 2 in the woods. Pill bottle, ibuprofen. Gotta have good meds sometimes. Toilet wipes or towel wipes, porta towel wipes. Always got these with me. They're very handy. A lot better than carrying a roll of toilet paper or anything like that. A survival whistle, which hopefully I never use. There's also a whistle on the chest strap on the backpack, but it's junk. Bic lighter, full size. Carmex, you know, it's good to have a little bit of lip balm. And I do believe that's the end of the ditty bag. So, onward. Next thing I can grab here is my Toaks titanium mug, which is my whole cook kit, basically. A stand for the fuel tank. These things are great when you're on uneven ground. Very handy. The cup itself is pretty nice. It's got a fuel canister which sits on the stand pretty good. My stove, which is just an ultra cheap stove. It's got a self-igniter. I carry an extra lighter just in case the igniter ever breaks, because you want to have your fuel for sure. I like the hard plastic case. It doesn't ever take damage. And I got a hot lip in here in case I want to drink out of my cup. This is kind of nice to just clip on the edge, because titanium holds the heat really well. So if you're drinking something really hot, that'll protect your lips pretty good. Very nice thing to have. I think we're almost into the big stuff. I got a Outdoor Vitals pillow. This thing is so durable. It is great as a sit pad, as a pillow. I like to sleep comfortably when I'm on the ground, so I carry more than one pillow. I actually have a Cascade pillow. It's a little heavier, not near as durable as the Outdoor Vitals, but 2 pillows, I like the idea. I got also a Cascade sleeping bag. This is a kind of a heavy item. The reason for that is because it's got a pretty good R value. I don't know what it is. It doesn't say it on there, but the material is nice and thick and quite good for that. And I think that brings us down to the last 2 big items, which my River Country 1-person trekking pole tent. The reason I have the trekking poles for the tent. This is a nice tent. Very comfortable. If you're over 6 foot tall, I don't recommend it though. And then the last thing in the bag, of course, is a sleeping. And it's a Eureka 15-degree sleeping bag. It's kind of heavy. I don't mind. 15 degrees, keep me warm in my area without issues for sure. And I think that's everything in the bag. Now, this back does have a rain jacket in it, so if the weather goes bad, I can always cover it up. But I carry the garbage bag anyway, just in case. The whole thing weighed out, right before I put it on the table here, weighed out at 18 pounds, which isn't bad. If I know it's going to be really stormy, I'll throw in my tarp, which is a Rotate tarp. Very nice, works great. I don't know, 2 pounds maybe. It's a big, heavy tarp. I can't afford to buy Dyneema or anything like that, so I like to do everything cheap anyway. But I can add that to it, and that'd put me right around 20 pounds for the whole pack loadout, outside of food and water. As we know, a gallon of water or half gallon of water weighs a pretty good amount. The food depends on how many days I'm out. If I'm going to just go for an overnighter, my food isn't going to weigh much. I'll probably just take some Spanish rice with me and a couple of things to add to it and some snacks. Not a big deal. But if I'm going for, you know, if I got to go 3 or 4 or 5 days, yeah, my food bag might end up filled up and pretty heavy, which will pretty much, everything in here will max out the size of this 60-liter pack. Been thinking about going up to a 70 liter. I really don't want to, because in the summertime I'm using a hammock, and the hammock weighs about the same as the tent with the straps and everything in it. But you can tell the size difference is pretty severe. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm still working on lightening the load and trying to get this stuff down. I got a trip coming up here in April. That's 300 miles, and really don't want to carry a whole lot of extra stuff for 300 miles for sure. But there's stuff you just got to have. I mean, you got to have your med kit. You got to have a knife. You got to have, you know, the extras. I mean, you could just go out and with the cook kit, sleeping bag, tent, and be just fine. You can do that, but why would you? Why do you want to do that? I'd rather be comfortable and happy the whole time. Outside of that, it's a pretty good winter setup. The 15 degree bag, I'll tell you what, is a lifesaver. I usually use a 40 degree bag in the summer, which is about this size, and it just doesn't cut it. You know, I don't want to carry the extra wool blankets or stuff like that in my pack, at least. But excuse me, if I'm in my car, heck, I carry everything. I carry as much as I can to make camp comfortable. Half tempted to go ahead and add my chair and my micro table to this pack, because it's only going to put me around 25 pounds. But then I add the food, the water, and now I'm getting close to 35 pounds, which is getting into that weight factor where you don't want to be too heavy. I mean, everybody says, well, your max weight's 1/3 of your body weight. Well, that's true, your max weight. But if you're going to be hiking 10 to 20 miles a day for multiple days, you don't want to deal with any of that kind of thing. But if you're just going 5 miles up into the mountains, go ahead, let's take it. Let's just be comfortable. You know, I'll add the extra weight for a short amount of mileage. My tent hasn't been tent sealed. I did pick up some tent sealer, and I will do a video when I seal the tent. If I end up going out before that point, I'll bring the tarp and throw it over the tent. I like having the tarp almost all the time anyway. It's just nice to have that little bit of shelter outside your tent. Even though the tent itself is a great tent, it's just not seam sealed. I gotta fix that. Outside of that, I think that's about the way I'll go. The carabiners are nice, I'll tell you what. Especially with this Ridgeline, and I can show you real quick about the Ridgeline. My buddy Bill made these things, and he's giving them out. It's just knots tied every few inches, but the thing is, you stick that knot through the rope, and it's tight. So you can go around a tree and set this thing up in a minute. And with all the loops in it, you can hook anything onto it. Just great to have. Reason I have it with this kit, even though I'm not doing a hammock, is it's nice. I could wrap this around a tree, take a carabiner, hang my pack right there on the tree. I can use it for just about anything I need. If I need to get up into a tree and like hang my food bag or something like that, this is going to work for me. It's got so many options. This is a 23 foot, I think 23 or 26. I haven't measured it in a while. But it's just 550 paracord tied in knots. And it doesn't matter where or how far, because all the knots, how big a tree is, doesn't matter. It's a good length, so you can run a good sized Ridgeline. I can't wait to play with it. There's so many options for something like that. But overall, like I say, this is, 18 pounds of gear. I wouldn't go below my sleeping bag rating. I don't have anything warmer than this outside of a military mummy bag. And that thing, you can go way colder. But overall, I don't have to have the plate. I can do everything I need with just the cup. The med kit, definitely. I could probably go without the billows, but you know, it's aluminum, it doesn't weigh much of anything. I recommend everybody always at least carry one garbage bag. If not, some 1 gallon Ziplocs are a good thing to add to the kit. Can't think of much else that you want to add. Like I say, the idea is to keep the weight down a little bit. The garbage bag is, if my rain fly fails, I can just put everything into the garbage bag. Or if my tent's sopping wet and I don't want it in my pack, I can put it in the garbage bag, strap it to the outside, and not worry about it getting my sleeping bag or my clothes wet. Most of the rest of the gear, doesn't matter if it gets wet or not. But the sleeping bag and the clothes definitely make a difference. Well, I think that's it for now, and thank you guys for watching.